Is my screen visible for everyone?
Yes, sir. Now it's visible.
Yes. So whenever we try to sign in into Zoho CRM application, we are going to land on a page, something called as home screen. In a home screen, we have a different dashboard. This is a classic view which has been defined by a system and which is self-explanatory that what is the different stages and daily status or current status of my organizational overview. This is completely customizable. Now I am talking with respect to a consultant perspective, what is CRM and whether it has been customizable or not. Home screen, this is completely customizable as per the requirement what an organizational director or a co-founder want to have a overlook on their organization. So leads module, what is a leads module? A leads module is a collection of impure data, might be pure data or any data which has been collected by various data sources, might be through an email channel, might be through a different third party application integrations, and might be through a manual input or a sales outreach. See, we have a various resources in the leads module. When we create, let's say how we are going to get a leads, we have a different lead sources from where and all this might be getting the leads. Most of you people haven't come across through an email insights, like you'll be getting a newsletters when you subscribe for any. If I take an Amazon Great Indian Festival sale, we have a television forecast or a castings and advertisements which is being shown, and you'll be getting a regular emails from most of the e-commerce or any of the company. If you had planned for purchase, or if you have visited any of the websites of an official organizations, you'll be getting a regular advertisement, and you might be calling the customer care numbers, and the employee might be some employee referral or an external referral, or visiting online stores, partners, public relations. There are various sources. You can see there is an self-explanatory drop downs over here which we can tell. Let's say there is an sales outreach we doesn't have. Sales outreach, if my organization has sales persons who have been associated, they'll be going to a field visit, approaching a new existing customers in an outside environment, and they go reach out to them. It gives an introductory, and they'll be setting that. So I need to track, and this CRM here, the CRM that is going to help out for an organizational admin to have a look with respect to the effort which has been put by a salesperson to an organization through various resources, what he's spending for to get the leads, to get the business. I need to get a count. So once in a 6 months, an organizational salesperson or an reporting managers or an organizational co-founder, he wants to know for the spendings which I have done for a CRM application, I need a report. So what is a lead count that I had come across with a different lead sources? For through an employee referrals, what is the lead count that I have got? Through a cold call, how many of the lead count I had got? Through the public relations, through the sales emails, or through the internal seminar, or through the trade show, or through the outsource, through the Google, through the Facebook, through the Twitter, how many of the lead count I had got from past 6 months or past 1 year. So we are going to build a report as per the requirement of a customer. We are providing a numbered data or a data. See, this is a count of web research. This is a count of Twitter. This is a lead count of a Facebook which we had got into our business. And what is an effort which has been taken towards that lead to convert them as a prospect. Since guys, there is we can define these lead stages. So we had got the data. Now we have a data which is available. We don't know it is either pure data or an impure data or an junk data, which is that. Now our salespersons, they are going to work on this data. There is a continuous some support or a sales telecom salespersons will be available in organization. That is a separate department where which has been also very large firms. They have an associated effective call center for their organizations. They'll be usually using this lead module. and they'll be bifurcating those leads records into a different stages that has been, whether this data we have taken any action, whether it is a qualified data or an unqualified data. As I told before, we are going to capture the raw data or a real world environment data, and we are going to track the qualified or filter out a qualified records and making them or converting them to a prospect. This is how it is going to work. So there are different fields where we can define a data. Every data can contain a company and a point of contact informations like email, phone number, mobile, and their industry type. What is the current number of employees in that organization? I mean, employee base, ratings, Skype, like the other informations with respect to address, etc. You can by industrial domain, we have various other fields which we can capture also. Let me explain that. If the Tata Reliance, I'll take a Reliance. So Reliance, can I know what are the subsidies that Reliance has? Reliance Private Limited has most of the different domains. I have a person called as Santosh Pillai in a Reliance organization. I don't know is what is his designation. I mean, sorry, Mr. Pillai of Reliance organization. Title, what does a title field explains? Title field is the nothing but the designation of their organization. He is a salesperson or a manager, or it might be a company managing director, or he might be a team in charge of one of the subsidiaries. We don't know. I'm going to get his contact details and his email. Okay. Now I'm going to save. So in Zoho CRM, we are capturing multiple data like street, state, street might be /71, /71, Vinayak, Vinayak Street, Vinayak Street, also, also city, Bangalore, zip code 5603, state. Usually, you could have seen that the states will be dropped down here, but we have a free line text field. We can replace the field drop down field for the state. Since how it can be replaced, it will be taught in a later stage. And visit summary, we have a visit summary section in our CRM, that is Zoho CRM application. What does this section helps us? You can say we have an application called as Sales IQ, which is an which tracks her online visitors. We have a company website. When someone reach out to company website, will be tracking the visit, or a person who is currently going through our website, and how many average time he has been sent for that visit of our website, or in most of the recent visits, what is the number of chats he have done. When we integrated with this CRM application, we'll get all those details captured over here in the visit summary. When I select a record, there is something which is listed under the related list. What does this note section explains? What is this attachment? Attachments is nothing but any attachment that can be attached against this lead information, might be an email conversation screenshot, or with respect to his any of the KYC related informations if he is getting a qualified prospect. What is the open activity, any call activity, or any task, or any demonstration that we are going to give through a CRM. Let's say we have scheduled a demonstration with Reliance Industries where I can schedule my open activity. by adding a task or a meeting or a call. If I want to schedule a call which has to be reached out, if I reached out for a Santosh Pillai, he told me he is a busy and he will be not able to interact as of now. In later stages, if you want to interact with me, I can schedule a call as per his convenient time where he had proposed us over a call. And what is the task that you are going to take further? You can add the task and due date. You can set the due date within the date which I have to complete this task. These are the tasks on a click of button where you can create an activity. That is an automation part. That's something where we are going to work in the CRM in a backend part. So most of the people, they don't want to add a task manually, typing the subject, adding the due dates, priority, who will be the owner, and what is the reminder or a repeating more fields that they don't want to add manually. So this is not something which is configured. So as a consultant, we are going to automate this process on a click of button to reduce his burden what he is facing in the CRM to do that activity. As an consultant, we are providing a solution. So something what we are going to make it easy on a click of button. We are There is no need to type of this subjects. You can schedule the meeting as per the conversation. So this automation part will be discussed in a later stage and on a D2 session. I'm just giving an overview what are the base modules of CRM, how depth it can go. And once the activity is completed, you are going to mark that activity is completed, will be listed under the closed activities and any of the emails that you are sending for a customer. Let's say if a lead has been approached to you and might be you have interacted with Santosh Pillai to explain about Frustin Infotech, and there is an automated email which has to be sent as soon you are updating that lead status as contacted. I want an email that to be triggered. There are two options where we can trigger an email. That is, either we can send it manually by clicking on send email button, building the entire or typing out entire informations and subjects, and from address will take automatically by the logged in user. See, this is a something time consuming process. So this is a task which includes a time consuming process. How I can reduce it for a customer? For that, as an workaround, what we can do, we can automate or we can set a backend flow that whenever I am going to update a lead status to contacted or I need to send an email, once you update that field, automatically the template that you want to send it for a customer will be automatically sent for a specified email address in the lead record. There you are going to work. How it can be done? How it can be done? You, you do have a self resource. We have self resource. Go through the resource and how we can set this kind of process that you can make an approach towards an initial step. How that can be done. What does the invite meetings do? Let's say if I want to like the meetings which has been scheduled in the open activity, when you schedule that meeting, that invited meetings will be associated over here. Campaigns. What does a campaigns do? A campaign, it is a section where there is a module called as campaigns in the CRM applications. Zoho campaign application, when it is integrated with Zoho CRM application, where you can uh, customize your own campaign. Let's say there is I took an example of what Amazon Great Indian Festival Sale. On that backend part, how would have been they planned their campaign, stating that from this date to that, from the specified from date to date, they would have had a time range, and all the customers will get a notification, might be SMS or might be email, all those things that they configure on the backend. They are going to define that campaign, how this campaign can be run across my customer records. They'll plan their campaign and we can initiate a campaign to make a publicity or make an advertisement environment for an all customers of my existing records in the my accounts or contacts. Zoho Desk something is where it belongs to something a complete service industries. Let's say there are if a company is a service based company, so I want to track any of the queries which has been raised by a customer. At the same time, Amazon has a product. At the same time, on the other part, they have a service kind of team on the back end that they are going to provide it. Is there any payment issue? Is might be with respect to damaged product which has been delivered for the customer. If they raise any of the concerns, so everything can be when there is support at the rate amazon.com. If someone mails or if someone types an query for that, that is going to be created as a record over here, and it will be assigned for a respective user or a agent. All those tickets under the Zoho desk which has been assigned for you can be created over here. There is a service or an one agent who will be sitting behind, and whenever you contact, they'll ask you, sir, how may I can help you? So they are going to create a ticket. When they create a ticket over here, directly from CRM. If I am at the same time, if I am a salesperson, at the same time, even I am a service agent or multitasking professional within an organization who acts in the multiple roles in the same organization, he can add the contact name, who are the customer, he'll add the customer name and what is the subject, and he'll add for which product is the he have a concern with respect to the damaged product. He can select the product name, what is the due date, within this date he have to fulfill the service, and make sure that case is being closed. All those things can be captured from the CRM. When we integrate a Zoho desk to Zoho CRM application, you can straight away create the tickets from Zoho desk section in the concerned lead record. Might be it also resemble or it states the same for contacts and accounts also. Zoho surveys. Let's say I have done a demo session, or if I given any of the uh, open introduction email. So when I talk to a person when I end up a call, I'll get an auto survey. How was the call? Whether you were happy, with the services which is being provided, or through a call from one of our sales executive. We can create the survey, send survey, and we can also take a survey from the customer or a lead, or might be with respect to accounts. Visit sales IQ. There's something like the visit tracking for a record, which has been tracked over here as in history in this section on a detailed way, which we'll be getting. We can also add few more related sections over here, related modules if you are customizing some custom module for that. Now my question is like, I have reached out. Yeah. So we have taken many of multiple tasks with respect to a lead record. At the same time, again, I want to know what is going to happen. Now I have explained certain product. Now is about to become a prospect for us. There are different terminologies in our organizations which will be mentioned for a customer. Customers, prospects, or qualified leads, or it can be opportunities, and it can be in customers. Most of the companies, they tell accounts as customers. Accounts is a module that is something which is company related information. It might be company name, GST number, or UN number, or all the informations with respect to company related, company address. So those terminologies are called as maybe industry type or region. These are all falls under accounts. So those terminologies are considered as an accounts in CRM application. That is all completely a company related information. Now, what is a contact? Contact model is something a individual person record or a customer record. At the same time, some people in some of the organizations, they tell customer as a contact. That that is like something with respect to us, that what we are going to understand from them. Few people they don't know about the CRM modules or a definition of individual module. What is it is up to? We have to understand if that is something with respect to accounts. It is completely related to company related information. Contacts, it is an individual person related information. So a lead information contains both company and contact related information, and it is going to be mapped, or when you are converting him to a prospect, an individual contact person. Let's say Santosh Pillai is a contact. Santosh Pillai title, he is a salesperson in the industry called Reliance, and his mobile number, that is a personal mobile number. The phone, phone, it is something which is respect to organizational related field. Organization related field is something with respect that it relates to accounts. Every company has its own company landline, or it might be company owned another number. An individual point of contact as a mobile or different number. Facts. Again, the facts field is something with respect to accounts. The website is also something with respect to accounts. Number of employees is also with respect to account. Annual revenue. Let's say one of the organization contains, every organization contains an annual revenue. It is also with respect to accounts. So email opt to. What does this email opt out? There is an option in our CRM application. If some people have gone through, can someone explain me that? Who have gone across? Gargi?
Um, I'm not sure, but when we are sending those promotional emails to, um, so maybe
Yeah.
someone has unsubscribed
Yeah.
from the facility.
Yes, you are exactly correct. When we do, let's say there is a person who don't want emails which has to be sent, or a regular follow-up which has been auto-triggered for us, or the email which we are going to send for a list that is unsubscribing. When we enable this field, when you do a mass communication, when you send a mass emails to any of the customers, they are not going to get any of the email that you are sending through a mass communication. So this is a field which is going to help you in that stage, or in that I'm going to wish for all my customers Diwali wish that I'm going to send, or if there is any promotional email with respect to our product, if we are going to send it for 100 or 200 or 500 customers at a time. If the record has been if the email opt out field is being enabled, they'll be not going to get any email that you are going to send in the during the mass communication. It is going to something work like that. And rating number of employees, it is also related to accounts. Now I'm going to fill the data for all the records. Status contacted, number of employees 600. We can rate is a cold or acute, is active in the market. Lead source, I got it from advertisement, or it might be cold call. Industry, whether it is for telecom or fabric, I'll give it as telecom. Annual revenue, that is going to be 560 million dollar. And secondary Skype, Twitter. Okay. Phone number 08225634. Okay. Description. Description, you can add that some detailed description about the company. I'm going to leave it empty. Now there is a button called as convert button. We are going to convert this lead information, that is a qualified or an qualified lead, into our into I'm considering Santosh Pillai of this organization to as a customer. Now I'm going to convert him as a customer. I have reached out to him with respect to my product. Please, there is a Zoho One product, and he has offered me a $60,000 amount. And for this, which the deal is about to be closed within 29th of this month. Stage will be qualification, contact role is on, decision maker. Now, when I go back to the leads, I have created a lead called as Santosh Pillai. Where does that record go? Please note down, guys. You let me know when the record lead of Santosh Pillai, when we are converting, where does that record go? For now, when I'm converting him to prospect, Santosh. Santosh has become my customer now as a point of contact, and there is an opportunity. There is another name. Few organization they tell terminologies with respect to might be inquiry or an opportunity. That is something which is called as deals in an organization. Reliance, I have a $60 deal which is in pipeline with respect to Santosh. All personal information with respect to some Santosh Pillai is here now. Later, we'll be getting to know that Santosh Pillai what actually he does in organization or Reliance. There is a department. Every company contains a department name, and there is a date of birth or assistance. Let's say how this date of birth of some person or a point of contact will get to know that how it could help and in the terms of business perspective. Let's say Santosh Pillai has become a closer a Spock in the Reliance company for me. I know his birthday. I have shown his birthday somewhere. I got an information with respect to what is his birth, the date. You can, if you mention the date, when you build a flow, automation flow, so that when the customer's birthday is about to today, that is the date on 13th or 14th of October. If Santosh Pillai has a birthday, if you had built a template backend, auto birthday template wishes will be sent for an customer email ID, that is samsampu143 at the rate outlook.com. That is something we are concentrating on, which will which is going to add on your emotional coefficient of a customer, or make an additional point with the point of contact that hey, yeah, instead of doing the business they also know my birthday, and I'm very happy that they had sent me a birthday. But you would have not, in the absence of you, that auto email has to be sent for that point of contact that you have to build, that can be built in the CRM. Assistant phone number and secondary email, these are self-explanatory. And reporting to, if I have a Santosh Pillai who is reporting to one of his manager called as Paras, I can add his reporting contact also over here as a new contact, but he's going to be a new contact for you in the Reliance organization. Let's say I'm going to add a new point of contact who is Paras. Acha. His phone number is something. Save an associate. Now, salesperson or an Santosh Pillai, he is reporting to Paras, who is also a part of Reliance organization. Now you'll be getting, when you select accounts. Now you are getting a clarity with respect to single point of contact. What does a contact module do? And accounts module. What is the accounts module? Reliance Private is an organization. I told accounts module is going to be completely a company related information. Now I have two point of contacts in the Reliance organization. One is that Paras and Santosh Pillai. Santosh Paras was referred by Santosh. I got to know Santosh is reporting to Paras in the company called as Reliance or Reliance Private Limited. You'll get all those single point of contact who are part of Reliance organization. You can add multiple contacts who in a single account. That is, in Reliance company, I have two point of contact or SPOC, that is a Spock in that organization. You can add multiple contacts. That is called as something like multiple contacts in a single organization can be maintained in a single record. As I told, the company name which you are going to enter in the leads module, that is going to be considered as an account name. And the rating, phone number, I told the phone number has been mapped for an account. Now fax number, which you had mentioned, and website, and the industry that you are specifying. There are some fields in the lead record which is going to be mapped for a company related information, which need not to be entered again for that record when you are converting from lead to accounts. Now how does that happen? That you have to go through on a backend, how it has been done and how it is happening. And the billing state, which I mentioned in the address section of the lead, which has been considered in the billing state and address, that you can see the something. There is a terminology called as mapping, field mapping. We called as module field mapping. For how many of that modules does this field mapping support? That you please go across. And the opportunity at the same time, while converting, Reliance Santosh Pillai had given me a $60,000 deal or an opportunity for me that I need to take care of now. He had proposed me for a nylon for upcoming August 15th, that is an Independence Day, where they have imported a nylon raw material to build a tricolor flag of our Indian national. Now there is a qualification stage. I want to find out a vendors for that product. It is like irrespective of product, you know the customer, but we are taking the requirement of a customer and we are going to fulfill the requirement of customer. For that, we have a CRM. Irrespective of industries, you can run a business and get your revenue. Qualification, need analysis, value proposition, identify decision maker, proposal or a price quote is something where you are going to send out a quote and negotiation will be done for that, how we are going to close the deal. So that every organized specific stage by stage deal opportunities will be maintained through a CRM, so that I'll have a track record when you had given me a requirement till fulfilling your complete requirement, what are the different stages I have come across, what is the quotation that I was proposed for you. All those things will be monitored in an organized way. So deal something like the opportunity which was created with certain informations through a call or through an email which he had sent me a proposal, everything will be monitored over here in the deals module. Task, it is a module, the sub module or a main module where which is something related to contacts, accounts, deals. Task, the different tasks which we are going to create for multiple customers or a contacts, accounts, deals, that is going to be listed over here. And the meetings that you are going to create it, that all will be listed in the meetings module. And calls, the calls which you are doing might be an inbound call or an outbound call which has been interacted with the customer will be tracked in the calls module. I have a list of all records which you are doing on a daily basis. Now something that is an this is a very main or a very important module where as a consultant we need to concentrate. Now all the deals are getting happened or all the lead conversation is getting happened, and what then overview which has to be reported for one of my reporting managers. Since Santosh Pillai or I am an organizational user, I want to report my day-to-day daily activity or whatever the updates which I have done so far to my reporting manager. That's something where you have to create the reports. There are existing reports. If I select it, which has been already pre-built in the CRM, key accounts or a deals report. I want to know today's sales or a pipeline by probability, pipeline by stage. This is something which we have. Firstly, we will be coming across or we'll come across in an organization to report what are the opportunities stage by that I would like to know. There are stage by in qualification stage. I have a three records in need analysis. I have three value proposition, identify decision maker. So at the same time, I can also have my revenue, which has been standing by the stages of pipeline, stages in the pipeline. Now we'll go back to the deals module. In deals module, if I select any of the record, I'll since I told there is a different stages where we can bifurcate the opportunity or a deal. That is qualification is something where the initial stage, if there is any need analysis, we know the requirement that he have an 25 metric ton of or 100 metric ton of nylon raw material for his company for this quarter. I mean, for the present quarter, he had shared a requirement that we had captured, and now I'm going to find out the vendors from my vendors list, and that is something in the need analysis. And vendors tell me that there is a different cost for different vendors nylon. I'll add the value propositions with my vendors, and now I'm going to identify the decision maker of Reliance sales for Reliance company, that is reporting to Paras. At the same time, Paras is a decision maker of organization. I have identified the decision maker of that organization. Now I'm going to share a proposal with Santosh Pillai. Then you are going to update the deal to proposal or a price code. Under that, we'll be getting a quote modules. We have a quote module, or in the deal also, in a deal record, there is a section which is under the related list. You can straight away add the quotation. This is a short way or a shortcut where you can add the quotation subject with respect to nylon nylon for quarter 3 draft. So we have different stages in a codes, that is drafted, once it has been delivered, or on hold, or confirmed, which has been closed one or not. I'll tell it as currently it will be in the draft stage. Valid. Every quotation you can set a validation until. So whenever you are going to create a code, if there is a standard which is being maintained by an organization, every quotation contains, then it must be a due date from the sent date. Within 5 or 4 days, we need to update the validation date. I don't want to specify it again and again. That there is a something automation which we can do it in backend where you are going to work on. Team building state, which is a product. So I'm going to JCB nylon. There is something which cost with terms and conditions. With these terms and conditions, if you want to make it an as an already existing and hard code certain terms conditions as per the organization, that you can hard code also, or the based upon the deal, the terms and conditions which varies, that you can type it over here. Any discounts that you are providing, no, that will be discussed on the later stages. Being at a draft stage. Okay, now I'm going to say this. Sign the quotation which will be sent, or an email that we can also send it. This quotation which has been built, you can get the quotation printed. If you want to send it through a post, or you can send it over an email, that we can configure on a backend. You can print it also. Now the quotation has been sent for him. Now I want to convert this into a sales order for my vendor, or if there is an already separate purchase order which I have sent for a vendor. Now I'm going to convert this for a sales order. Has a different terminologies in different industries. It can be called as pro forma invoice, or it can be called as a sales order. It can also, we can call it as an pro forma invoice and sales order. That's it. They have different terminologies. As per that, we can map it. At the same time, when it is converted into sales order, now I'm going to convert the same into billing invoice. I can straight away convert a sales invoice once it has been negotiated, or all the prices are finalized. If there is any discount, if I'm going to add discount, if there is no any discount, I'm going to provide. I have converted into an invoice. Now, later stages for this invoice, how can I track the payments? That is something where you need to concentrate, and you have to build a solution. How I can do a payment tracking for this invoice in the CRM. If customers ask you how we are going to provide that solution, you please make a note down. This is your this is going to be your assignment. Against this invoice, if I am there is a payment that has been done, I have to deduct this grand total. The payment, if I am doing for $50,000 payment as an advance, now it has to be deducted in the grand total. It is something a medium level. Before going to that, everyone have to start from the lead module. I'm going to give a use case. that is consider own business use case. I'm going to give a fabric use case that I have a fabric outlet that is called as an some organization SVC and Co, SVS and Co, or I have a brand outlet. I have a product with respect to fabric that is t-shirts, pants, trousers, and there are variants under the product. That is like if I there is a t-shirt, if I consider there is an XL, double XL, small, medium. So there are different sizes, right? So when I make an invoice for any t-shirts, there is a three t-shirts. My product stock count has to be reduced for the quantity that I'm going to make it for invoice. If there is an open stock of t-shirts with small or medium, small XL, double XL, medium, that you can consider it later. But I'm going to give an overall product module overview. I have a t-shirts. In t-shirts, I have a green t-shirt, blue t-shirt, red t-shirt. That is Vibgaya. In t-shirts, I have a Vibgaya colors, and at the same time for a pants. Pants also have a Vibgaya colors. That is individual colors: violet, indigo, green, blue. That you can select it as an product variant field. And by today evening, I want you people to showcase or update with respect to this assignment. What is how we are going to define the flow. Now you have to take sample 10 lead records. Against that, in 10 lead records, or you can take 20 lead records randomly. You added 20 lead records. For that, I'm going to qualify 5 customers and 10 accounts. There must be a 10 company accounts. For that, I want a deal to be associated with different stages, and against that, lost invoice, I mean this invoice has to be completed. Will For the day 2, we'll plan for a payment tracking against the invoice. That is secondary point. Till converting to invoice, I wanted today, within today end of the day, you people to show me that you are going to start the lead record and how you are going to qualify him as a customer, and how the contacts and accounts records are associated, and converting them to a deal. For the deal, what is the quotations that you have shared, and the sales order associated for that, and invoice, till making that invoice. This is something a sales cycle. Okay, everyone got my point? So now I'm going to stop the screen share. Yes, your voice is low. Can you be loud?